It was a story that made international headlines and shook a small community to its core. A murder so disturbing and horrific that books and movies were made filled with chilling details of 12-year-old Shanda Sharer's killing. Her body was discovered charred and burned beyond recognition on the side of the road. Shanda was brutally beaten and tortured for hours before being set on fire alive. But the most shocking development in this case was learning who was behind the plot to murder the innocent girl. They were not who you would imagine your typical cold-blooded killer to be. They were 4 teenage girls: Lori Tackett, Melinda Loveless, Toni Lawrence, and Hope Rippey.
It was a brutal slaying. 12-year-old Shanda Sharer was repeatedly beaten and sodomized for hours.
They knew exactly what they were doing, and they did it over a disgustingly long period of time.
Shanda Sharer's murder by 4 teenage girls made national headlines with its brutality.
The Shanda Sharer murder was a horrifying crime for Madison, Indiana, and I don't think our community will ever forget.
15-year-old Hope Rippey and 3 other girls admitted to torturing 12-year-old Sharer, then burning her alive.
Hope Rippey and Toni Lawrence turned themselves into authorities today.
Sunday, police arrested 16-year-old Melinda Loveless and Lori Tackett and charged them with murder.
Melinda wanted some particular person killed, and Lori was the one that wanted to kill somebody. I'm not certain it would have happened if it had just been one of them, but the two together, Shanda's fate was doomed.
18-year-old Tackett repeatedly told prosecutors she's forgot many things about the night.
A lot of times the failure to remember appears to be convenient.
I think they deserve to die the way they killed that little girl.
They kept Shanda confined in the trunk of a vehicle. They would stop at various times and would torture her. There was also testimony that one of the girls would keep her foot on the gas pedal and rev the engine to subdue the noises that Shanda would make during her torturing.
Indiana State Police have confiscated the car of one of the girls. Today, they began examining it for evidence.
The 18-year-old Loveless planned the murder of 12-year-old Shanda Sharer to punish Sharer for stealing her lesbian girlfriend. She was burned alive in this field.
Her body was drawn up in what's called the pugilistic posture, which is typical of persons that die in fire. They draw up like a boxer. Based on the investigation, after they got Shanda's out of the trunk and laid her down here, Hope Rippey poured the gas, and Lori Tackett set her on fire. They then went up this road, turned around, and came back and saw that the body was still visible. So there was still a little gas left, and Melinda poured the rest of it on Shanda and set her on fire again, and Shanda was still alive at that point.
With 4 teenage girls in custody, there were suddenly more questions than answers.
Lori, do you regret doing any of it?
Why would they want little Shanda dead? What led them to commit such a heinous, vicious crime and murder the innocent little girl who was the light of her mother Jackie's eye?
I kept thinking that I wanted my baby back, but I'll never get her back.